Hey welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about the possibility of life on Mars. As we all know, Mars has been a topic of interest for a long time, and recently it's been in the news again with new missions and discoveries that have got scientists even more excited. So let's get into it. First of all, we know that Mars is a planet that has a lot of similarities to Earth. It's rocky, has seasons, and even has water in the form of ice. In fact, there's evidence that Mars used to have liquid water on its surface, which could have been a crucial ingredient for life as we know. In recent years, several missions have been sent to Mars to explore its surface and search for signs of life. In 2012, NASA's Curiosity rover found evidence of ancient habitable environments on Mars, which suggests that life could have existed there in the past. But it's not just NASA that's interested in Mars. The European Space Agency and other space agencies around the world are also working on missions to the red planet with the hope of finding more evidence of life. One of the most exciting discoveries in recent years has been the detection of methane on Mars. On Earth, methane is produced by living organisms, so finding it on Mars could be a sign of life. However, it's important to note that there are other sources of methane on Mars, such as volcanic activity, so it's not a guarantee of life. Despite the exciting discoveries and ongoing research, we still don't know for sure if there is life on Mars. However, the potential is definitely there, and scientists are working hard to find the answer. One of the challenges in searching for life on Mars is the harsh environment. Mars is a cold, dry, and radiation-filled planet, which makes it difficult for life to survive. However, there are extremophils, organisms that thrive in extreme conditions on Earth, which gives us hope that life could exist in similar environments on Mars. Another exciting development is the Mars Sample Return mission, which aims to collect rock and soil samples from Mars and bring them back to Earth for analysis. This could provide us with invaluable information about the planet's geology and potential for life. In addition to the scientific missions, private companies such as SpaceX and Blue Origin have also expressed interest in Mars, with plans to eventually establish human settlements on the planet. This could provide us with even more opportunities to explore and search for signs of life. While we may not have all the answers yet, the search for life on Mars is an important and exciting area of research. Who knows? Maybe in the future we'll discover that we're not alone in the universe. There's celestial talks life on Mars. On Earth, we look for things that are moving or growing to identify life. On Mars, it's not that easy. One scientist working on this quest is NEMLAC's own curator of mineral sciences, Dr. Aaron Celestial, who is also an affiliate research scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory at Peel. Depending on the outcome of his experiment, how does it feel to know that you'll be doing work on Mars? Being able to do science on Mars is actually quite strange. When I was a graduate student at Stony Brook University, a couple of my colleagues would send and receive instructions to the rovers on Mars, and I thought it was cool. When I moved to Los Angeles in 2018, one of those colleagues, who is now Peel, reached out when Peel needed someone with my expertise. How did you end up being part of this Mars mission? The group I am affiliated with at Peel is the Origins and Habitability Laboratory. It's a permanent research laboratory that is not mission dependent. This means that we are looking long-term at what habitability looks like on Mars, the Moon, and other extraterrestrial bodies, and how that reflects to the origins of life on it. Which of the 7 instruments on the rover will be used in your experiment? One tool is the Pixel, the planetary instrument for X-ray light. It is an X-ray spectrometer that can tell us what elements are in the rock. The other tool is the Raman spectrometer, which is a kind of laser used to fingerprint minerals and other biological chemicals. How will that help you on this mission? One question we are exploring in the Origins and Habitability Lab is, what does life look like, and how could you use these tools to identify life? It's tricky because on Earth we look for things that are moving or growing to identify life. on Mars is not that easy. While solar pie in the sky pod in the pond would be to use these tools to prove that certain chemicals and minerals were formed from current or extinct organisms on Mars. Exactly. And one of the reasons I'm excited about this next mission is that the rover's flying to Jezal Crater, an old evaporated lake. That's where our lab has been studying brine salty fluid chemistry, biology, and mineralogy for the last 2.5 years on Earth. Character the drug and a chemical that makes carrots orange are a big part of identifying kinds of life in evaporating lakes. They are there special challenges to this work. The rock makeup of Mars can be problematic. There's a lot of dust. When you're in the lab, it's easy to clean off a rock and get rid of contaminant. But when you warm Mars, there's no way of doing that. We also don't know what kind of interference there might be between minerals and salty fluids that may be trapped inside. This will be figured out as it's happening. But we do try and answer as many of these questions as possible ahead of time. How does this work relate to your museum work? We have a huge collection of salts from all over the world at the museum. Salt is anything that forms from an evaporating liquid. If you evaporate a lake, the minerals left behind that were dissolved are salts. A lot of those salts still have fluids in them. In our lab, we're trying to analyze as many of these salt crystals as possible to look at what fluids and bacteria are trapped in them. Even ones collected 200 years ago have bacteria that are dormant, waiting to come back to life. This is truly game-changing science. What else excites you about this project? Well, there is a broader topic about how minerals are a fundamental part of understanding Earth, because Earth is 99.999 mineral. Only a tiny fraction of all material on Earth are organic, and those materials are dependent on an organic mineral substrate. The mineral chemistry of a planet is the fundamental common denominator of what life exists on a planet. So from my perspective as a mineralogist, and I'm extraordinarily biased in this statement, and last question, would you ever want to personally visit Mars? Absolutely not. That sounds terrible. I've seen too many bad movies that end up in disaster with people going to Mars 6 to 7 months in a spaceship with no gravity, just you and a couple of their people. After 4 months at home because of the pandemic, I'm going crazy. I can't imagine being on a spaceship flying through nothing. I'm very happy that rovers are doing it. So that's all for today's video. What do you think about the possibility of life on Mars? Do you have any questions or thoughts on this topic? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content about space and science. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.